Hey, 28 years later, I am so fucking giddy. So I'm going to check it out, then I will get home, and I will do a movie review. So I will see you guys later, okay? Not too shabby. Fresh from the movies, my friend. So I will start off with. So out of the three movies, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and 28 years later, my favorite would have to be 28 weeks later. Then my second favorite will probably be 28 days later. Now that is not a knock on 20 years later, but that just speaks to how good those other films are. So on a visual wise, 10 out of 10. Special effects slash makeup, blood, 10 out of 10. Storyline, 10 out of 10. Now, people, I'm going to bash the Wolfman. I have to do it once again. So, even with this being a longer film and much more going on, it is still so easy to follow the storyline. Okay, so the storyline, very, very simple to follow. Okay, so that's another 10 out of 10. Scare wise, so really that varies. I think it will scare the average person. So on a regular scare scale, 8 out of 10, especially when it comes to the beginning, because the beginning is pretty trippy. So enjoyability, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. So on the air with Mark, film scale, for what the film is, oh my god, I just have to do it. 9 out of 10. It gets a 9 out of 10. Okay, it's a great film, very, very enjoyable film, especially for the horror lovers. But if you get scared easily, but you want to see a horror film, this will be the film for you. So it's a great film, man. Great film. Once again, it's very, very simple to follow. The forest scenes, the whole doctor scene. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, so you haven't seen 28 days later and 28 weeks later, and as soon as you get done, finish watching this film, do yourself a favor and try to watch those two other films because they are great. So yeah, so it gets a 9 out of 10. So that being said, thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Air with Mark film review. You guys have a good one. So one little fun fact real quick. So I knew this girl looked familiar. So as you know, I did see Bike Riders, and one of the main stars was Jodie Comer. Guess what? So in this film, 28 years later, Jodie Comer is indeed the mom, which she did an excellent job. So yeah, great film once again. It does indeed receive a 9 out of 10 on the Air with Mark film review scale. So that being said, my friends, I hope you have a good one.